Goodbye, my summer. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Hello. Ooh. What is up, my fam bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AHM Artistry, bringing you another video, like I do 3 times a week every week. And today we are going to be using the Imma Beach Palette from the ShopMissA's website, and this is a part of their AOA Studio line. I just did a video on this either a couple days ago or last week, depending on when I upload this, and I was like, you know what? I need to give these girls some more love because this is a $10 eyeshadow palette. It ends up being $1 per single plus $1 for the palette. You can even customize your own palettes on that website. It's a little bit more if you do it that way, but it's still a good value. So I wanted to do some more eye looks with this, and I thought, you know what? It's the end of summer. Fall is quickly approaching. Let's do one more summer eye look and say goodbye to summer with this eye look. It's kind of transitioning into fall, but it still has some mermaidy summer vibes, and I'm loving it. So if you would like to see how to achieve this eye look using this inexpensive $10 eye palette, then y'all know what to do. Ya keep on watching. Alright, so hey, how you doing? How's it going? So I already primed my eyelids with the Frankie Rose I Promise Eye Primer. This is a really thick kind of concealing primer, so I can even carve out my brows with it. The reason why I use this today instead of the actual Studio AOA primer that I did in the Studio AOA video was because I feel like this primer might not have done the best of jobs. I noticed when I was editing that video that the shadows kind of were looking a little bit patchy, and I kind of am coming to the conclusion that the primer was the culprit because I've been using these palettes a couple times now and they're not patchy and they blend easy. So it was either the primer or my technique that day, not sure, but I've been using the I Promise Eye Primer from Frankie Rose and it's been doing wonderful. This is a cruelty-free dupe from the MAC paint pots, by the way, if you haven't watched one of my other videos where I talk about it. Okay, next. I also am gonna set my brow bone just with my favorite shade, Marshmallow, in the Best Year Ever palette. This isn't my favorite shade, it's my favorite brow bone shade, I mean, come on. But whatever brow bone shade works for you. The Imma Beach palette does not have a brow bone shade that works for me. This looks light in camera, but it's a shimmer shade. I used that to set my brow bone in that video. That might have been the culprit too. I don't usually like to set my brow bones with a shimmer, but that's all that I had, and I just wanted to use the one palette, but I've been doing it this way, and it's been going pretty well, so there you go. Right, now I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see every little detail. So I'm gonna be starting with this shade right here called Limit. It's a beautiful yellowy, burnt yellow kind of transition shade, or wherever you wanna place it. I'm gonna put it on this kind of flat blending brush right into the crease and then blending away until I'm happy with it, or until my arm falls off, whichever happens first. I like these flat ones because I can angle it more vertical right when I get to my edges, and then just kind of bringing it this way. That way there's not too much, you know, excess. I already did my face makeup and eyebrows and everything because I didn't experience any fallout with these palettes when I've been using them. So I'm just, you know, gonna start that way. Sometimes palettes surprise me and they have a couple shades that have a lot of fallout, but hopefully that's not the case today. And then while I'm blending, I'll take that same brown bone. I say brown bone every time, I have to cut it out. It's obnoxious, but I'm gonna take that same brow bone shade that I used and put it right on there again, and just like kind of go back and forth if I need to, and make sure it's really blended with an actual blending brush. So I only do a little tap into that color, and I just make sure it's to my liking. This shade is so pretty. I am loving it. Look at that. All right, we can start to move on. So now I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is called Cozy. And I'm gonna just go ahead and take that same brush I was working with before. It had a nice point to it. I'm gonna focus it more in the crease only instead of upwards and blending. My daughter just started becoming obsessed with Frozen, which was only a matter of time, and she is belting it at the top of her lungs right now. So if you hear that, sorry, enjoy, because she's trying to take a nap and she has trouble taking naps, so she's gonna try to sing herself to sleep, I guess. Right, that is beautiful. Now I'm gonna take this flat brush right here and dip it into, this is called Swoon. It's a nice chocolatey shade. It's more of a cool tone shade. I'm gonna pack it onto the mobile lid right here and kind of rounding it out, and then I'll go in and blend it. Now this shade appears a lot darker in the palette than it actually is. But if you're looking for a very deep chocolate brown, this one doesn't really take it there. As you can see, it blends nice, it does a fine job, it's just not super pigmented. That's really, so far, the only shade I'm having trouble with in this palette. And I wouldn't even say I'm having trouble with it, it's just not what you expect, you know? It looks like a deep brown and it's really quite not, but it's perfect for this look that I'm going for. So just know that. And now I'm gonna go in with my pointed blending brush in that same shade and make sure it's all blended into the crease there. I wanna make it just a touch more fiery, so I'm gonna go in with this warm, kind of light shimmer shade called Ruffle. And I'm gonna take it on that same brush I was doing the brown on. Just wanna warm it up a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Don't want it to be like super impactful, just a little something and blend out. Now I'm gonna go back in the yellow, very first shade we were using this palette, and make sure I didn't lose too much of that when I was blending. Just know, if you watch a lot of eye tutorials, don't feel like you are supposed to be doing like a super blended eye in 1 minute, because I know I cut out a lot of blending and going back and forth and adjusting, where I'm sure most people do, because if not, like tutorials and talking through stuff and trying to look awkwardly in a mirror could take forever, and nobody would want to watch that video because it would just be me sitting here blending and dipping and blending and dipping. So don't feel discouraged if it takes you a while, because it does, and it takes practice to get it down much faster. So just a little heads up. Now let's move on to the lower lash line. So I'm going to take that same yellow shade that we started with. I'm not on that brush. On this brush, it's a smaller flat. It's the Sigma E25 brush. And I'm going to load that up and place it right on the lower lash line. And just get a nice little blend. Such a pretty shade. I really like that. And then just make sure your corners are all connected. Now we're gonna move on to teal. So I'm gonna take the Jungle shade, which is that bright matte turquoise shade in this palette, right on this little pencil brush. Tap off any excess because you've already done your face makeup, and bring it right as close to the edge as you can. And I'm gonna go back in with this one and make sure it's all blended out. Now I'm gonna go in with Reef, which is that blue aquamarine shimmer, and I'm gonna put it right across the lower lash line as well. Gives it a little bit of a sparkle, kind of a, you know, ocean vibe. Right, now I'm gonna take my little brown brow bone brush and dip it into this shimmery shade. I'm gonna pop it in the inner corner. I think I needed to wet this. No, oh, I don't need to wet this. JK, 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 JK. Oh, that's really pretty. It's crazy how like inner corner highlight or whatever, honestly, it brings the whole look together. Like, I friggin' hate when I forget to do inner corner highlight because I feel incomplete and then I get my finger on it, but this is so pretty, oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit of that and dust it on the brow bone. Now it's time for some liner and lashes, and maybe, just maybe, a touch of glitter. So I found this NYX eyeliner in my repertoire of things, and it's the Slide On, Glide On, Stay On in Esmeralda. So I'm just taking it and putting it right into the waterline. Looks really pretty, and it just continues on the look. And I didn't want to do like a harsh black liner today, so I'm just taking the Stila smudge stick in Lionfish. This is like their brown one. It's the little twist up guy, and I'm just dragging it right along the upper lash line and then inside in the waterline too. And then I don't want a harsh line right there, so I'm gonna actually take this little angled brush and just make sure it's like all smudged out. Just like that. Some more like of a smoldery eye look rather than like a cut fierce eye. We want some more smolder, 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 smolder. And now let's go ahead and do lashes. I'm just gonna curl my lashes as I always do. This Tarte mermaidy eyelash curler kind of grew on me. If you guys saw it when I first started using it in the spring, I was like, this is stupid, what a waste of money. And then I continued to use it, and then I went back to my regular eyelash curler and I was like, oh, it's kind of good. What is my problem? I'm just gonna go in with my favorite mascara, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on my top lashes, and on the bottom lashes I'm gonna be using the NYX Doll Eye mascara in waterproof on the lower lash line. It's not like completely waterproof, but I've been liking it on the lower lash line. It's pretty good. I would say it's more water resistant. That's about time I get a new Better Than Sex mascara because she is almost all used up. Now for lashes, today I'm gonna be using the AOA lashes that I used in the last video, and it's in Scarlet. I liked these. They are totally a Ardell Demi Wispy dupe. And in case you missed the video, these are $1. So, awesome. Pretty. Now time for a little bit of glitter in our lives if you would like to join me. This is the Stila Diamond Dust shade for the Glitter and Glows. This is their like classic silver one. So I'm gonna take a little bit off on the back of my hand. I'm gonna go with this little pointed pencil brush and just pat the glitter on right on the corners. Now that brings the look all together. All right, that is super duper cute. All right, my love bugs, that is it. Here is the look all complete in case you didn't get a good look before. I am absolutely I am absolutely in love with this eye look. I love how it kind of transitions from summery mermaidy look and almost gives a fall vibe. Almost. Maybe stay tuned for a little fall, ease you into fall type of eye look. What do you think about this summer look? Let me know. I am loving also that we did it with this $10 eyeshadow palette. Loving that. If you want to see more quick eye tutorials like this, definitely let me know and I will do some more. And I'll also, in case you're wondering what's on my lips, I did use the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in Bossy, and I topped it right in the center with Rosa, and I love that eye. I love that lip. My go-to babe. If you just stumbled across my channel for the very first time, hey, what's up? Welcome. If you want to be a part of this little community that we have here, go down and hit that little subscribe button, and then you will be a part of what is called the Fam Bam. Fam Bam is a obnoxious, silly way of saying subscriber family, and I love to have you guys a part of it. Thank you all so much for watching, both old and new subscribers. Everybody, I hope you guys are having a great end of your summer, or whenever you're watching this, and you are ready for fall. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great, awesome, lovely day.